With repeated accurate strikes, but not with enough force, the old man was trying to cut the last tree trunk with what little strength he had left. Fatigue showed on his wrinkled face and sweat dripped between its folds. He raised his head slightly as he took a long breath and looked at the clouds covering the sky. Soon the rain began to fall, and the old man gathered the wood as they entered his isolated home. Carrying the wood, he looked at the fireplace that seemed not to have been lit for a long time. The old man left the wood on the ground and wrapped his hands around his body, trying to warm himself up a little. He headed to his bedroom and opened an old rickety wardrobe and pulled out an old worn-out jacket to wrap around his body, hoping it would help a little in loosening up his muscles that were frozen by the cold. The old man left his room and carried the wood again and headed towards the door of the workshop attached to his home. The workshop seemed about to collapse, but it was okay because time was not on his side and he had to finish his task and build that ship standing in the middle. The old man put down the wood, and as soon as he picked up his hammer and some nails, he heard a sound coming from outside, breaking through the sound of rain. The sound was like silent crying. He left his hammer and looked out of the window to see a small child standing in front of the house door crying under the rain. The old man quickly went out and took off his worn-out jacket and wrapped it around the child and brought him into the house. The child quickly fell unconscious. "It seems that this skinny child came here to die in my arms," thought the old man, looking at the child's face, struggling to breathe. The old man carried him and put him in front of the fireplace and quickly went out to his workshop and brought some wood back and lit up the fireplace, leaving the child in front of it, hoping that it would bring warmth back into his wet, skinny body. The old man left him there and stood in front of the window for a while, looking at the rain and clouds. The area surrounding the house was completely empty, except for a few trees left after the old man had cut down most of them over recent years surrounding his home. Behind him, the child made a weak sound that seemed to say, "Sorry." The old man turned to him, trying to draw a smile on his face as he approached him, saying, "Don't be sorry. It's not like you came here by choice. Don't worry, you're child number 7. 6 children came before me?" asked the child. "Yes," answered the old man, then continued, "and I've broken 6 ships so far. Wait for me here. You will need wood to keep the fireplace burning, and we will also make some hot soup for you." The old man headed to his workshop, holding his hammer, and began breaking parts of the ship. Then the child's voice stopped him again, asking, "Grandpa, why does everyone make ships?" The old man looked at him with a smile and answered, "Oh, so your father also was building a ship?" The child replied, "No, my older brother. My father died a while ago, and my brother kicked me out because I was crying and he was busy building the ship. It's my fault. He told me many times that he couldn't stand crying, but I felt cold and..." The old man interrupted him. Yes, I know the story, little one." And in a low voice, while turning to collect wood, he continued, "And I know how it ends." The child asked him again, "So why is everyone making ships, Grandpa?" The old man answered, "It doesn't matter anymore anyway." The old man spent 6 days cutting wood and using it to warm himself and the child and cook whatever food he found. On the morning of the 7th day, the child disappeared suddenly, just like the 6 children before him. "It's time then," said the old man, smiling as he looked out of his house window at the flood that took away his entire house after seconds.